All right, so as most of you guys know, this past week, or past couple weeks, I guess, they've been setting up this AEW Games Elite General Manager Mode Invitational Tournament.
Yes.
I got all that in there, all them words. Hell yeah.
For the launch of the game. For the launch of the game.
The launch of the game. They went with us, huh?
I know, that's crazy.
They super went with us eventually. They even named us on their Twitter and shit. I was like, oh my God.
You guys hear the intro of the show? I mean, sure you want to go with this?
So 8 people from content creator side, which 3 of them happen to be us. No hell. 8 also were wrestlers from AEW, so people like Nyla Rose and Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor and a couple other people were in it.
Chuck Taylor.
And
Chuck.
It's the new mobile game they came out with, the AEW GM mode mobile game, where they have this mode which is online, which is like, I guess when you think of a GM mode game, you probably think of SmackDown versus Raw or TEW or something along those lines.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But this is like a head-to-head like Booker mode almost in like a 4-week format. So it's actually pretty interesting. It's a lot more different than like TEW or GM mode on SBR.
Yeah, you can't if you're looking for a booking simulator like EWR, you're not gonna find it with this game. But
this is
the closest thing to it probably is SVR, but it's still not SVR.
This is like a fast pace. You have like certain time limit to do this, book the matches and try to beat your opponent.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
It's actually pretty interesting. It's not like a traditional booking sim. If you want to, I'm going to be real with you. If you want it like a traditional booking sim that you can play on your phone, Journey of Wrestling is probably the game that you want to play. Like that game is pretty intricate. Game's
awesome.
And while it's intricate, it's also not overwhelming, and you can do a lot of stuff.
So. It's really the perfect in between of like the simplicity of EWR and like TEW, where you can do like a ton of shit.
Yeah. But if you want like a mobile game, like I play this when I'm doing cardio at the gym or taking a shit. Like it's just a good game to get in some online games.
You be shitting?
And I'm shitting and I'm booking at the same
my God, that's
time.
Well, you can do that on your phone with AEW Elite General Manager of the game.
Oh, hell yeah.
Not sponsored, sadly. So God damn it. Fucking
I just wanted to let you guys know, just in case you guys don't know. Now you know. So AEW games.
Somebody has our. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Somebody has like. There's people playing as you and playing as me on there as well.
I know, that's crazy.
Knock it off.
There's also some Hog Dipper. I saw a Hog Dipper name on there.
Oh, I did. Yeah. And you lost. You lost, Hog Dipper. I saw you lost. Who did you face? Slip or Duel or somebody?
Slip beat him.
Yeah,
Slip beat Hog Dipper.
Beat Hog Dipper. How'd you lose?
Well, it's because Slip's got the power of me on. You know, New Legacy still got that grind on.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
So they did this invitational tournament. Yes. And Chris Danker was the one of the commentators for it. He actually helped set it up with Aubrey, Chris Lies Games, and a couple other people too.
It's pretty much like Chris opened the forbidden door is really exactly what it is. Like
that's how it worked. Oh yeah.
Chris got the word out to them. They asked Chris, and Chris was like, "Hey," they gave him a couple names. He gave him me, Pulse, and Brandon. Tony made his way on in there by the brother process. Then we got Macho in there. I got Mastodon in there. It was awesome. Love Mastodon. Takahata was just talented as fuck. Yeah. Who else was in there?
Jan was in it from Giant Bomb.
That was cool. Yeah.
That was cool.
That was pretty cool. I feel like we're missing somebody. Who the fuck are we missing?
Macho.
I thought you said Macho. Yeah, Macho. Yeah, Macho got in there. Yeah. Oh, did I? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought there was somebody else. Maybe I'm missing it. Okay.
It was Jan, Macho, Takahata, Mastodon, me, you, Tony,
and Brandon.
Yeah,
that was
the 8 creators.
Really fucking awesome list of people, honestly.
Yeah,
like it worked out pretty fucking well. But yeah, big shouts out to Dank for getting the boys in there. He always makes sure to bring us along with him whenever he's doing new cool shit. And the fact that he got to commentate at it is really cool.
Dude, he was actually really good at it too. Like
he is really good at it.
Not that he wasn't gonna be good at it, but he made it more entertaining than it should have been. He was really good at it.
For what they had to do. I'm surprised they were able to there were so many matches, and that results screen does not give you much. Like,
yeah, it doesn't.
The fact that he was able to pull anything out of that, him and Aubrey, to be honest with you, like, very impressive.
Oh, and there's Johnny and Paul's booking the same guys again in the same exact match for the 90th time in a row.
Dude, I don't know if anyone else booked like you and I did, because I think they were startled when they were like seeing the back-to-back same people.
Yeah.
And then we had the lowest morale in our match ever.
Yeah.
I think you guys just killed your morale. It was negative every time.
Yeah,
and just went for money and fans.
After James and I matched, the dude came on. He was like, "Hey, congrats! You two did a first. You have the lowest morale we've ever seen." Like, oh, what?
Well, you gotta let the workers work, son. They did stack Deadlock
Yeah,
on the other side of the bracket.
I know.
The boys are back in town. I gotta stay. Different towns. You get different locations.
I can't believe. Round number 1, it was you versus Tony.
Yeah, I whooped that ass too.
Right after I got fired from the freaking show.
Yeah, I fucking fired you and then whooped your ass. Put the boots to you, and then James
Worst
beat
week
me.
ever.
Yeah, I mean we labbed
one night.
Yeah, one night basically. Honestly, if we didn't lab, we both would have lost.
We had to. You had to. Yeah. I mean, we probably should have labbed more than we did.
Yeah, it
we had a decent amount of time.
Yeah. I mean, we ended up labbing one night, and then we were like, okay, so the best way to do this is this, and then
multi-mans was the way to go.
Yeah, multi-mans was the way to get popularity up and stuff, and morale sometimes. It depends on who you book. The whole game kind of surrounds around that kind of shit.
I think they changed it up a little. They did a patch update where singles matches actually give you more popularity now.
Even newer meta now.
Yeah,
they started adding more teams too, like FTW is a thing.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I mean,
nice.
From everything we've been told, which isn't too much. There's a lot planned. It's not just, hey, we're putting this out and then here you go. They are actively looking to do more and putting more in.
That's awesome.
That's good to look forward to. And the fact that we got to be involved in something like that is sweet. It's the first AEW game tournament ever. There's never been one before, and we were in the first one. That's cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. And we didn't know much about the prizes they told us. We were just like, oh, cool, okay. So they were like, yeah, if the winner gets a belt, and then gets to book a match or something. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Well, we didn't really know context or anything about it. So we're like, oh, okay, then it's probably going to be a just some replica belt or like a Walmart belt or something, and booking a match is what does that exactly mean? You know what I mean? I didn't really know what does that mean.
What is it? They're gonna take that one away, I'm sure.
This probably won't make it too far down the line. But hey, they actually did it. The belt they got was made by Belts by Dan, who I believe made the TNT title.
Is that Dan Milliken? Is that his name?
No, it's not Dave Milliken. It's Belts by Dan.
It's not Dave.
Yeah.
But yeah,
very nice belt.
Yeah, so it's like an actual belt.
You got that over there, son?
Yeah, I can show it on camera.
Yeah, go on now. I mean, let me see that thing. Show that thing. I'm gonna act like I see it. I'm gonna act like I see it right now.
I'm holding it up right now.
Oh, wow, look at that. I hope you're holding it up and not make me look like
yes, I'm actually holding it up.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so it's got
heavy?
2 side plates, 2 globes on the side on each side plate.
Is it heavy?
4 globes in the middle, 6 globes on the bottom here and in the top.
Ooh.
There's 9 globes on the back by the strap. More globes here on the back.
This sounds very familiar.
This sounds fabricated. I don't know if I believe that.
It actually is heavy. It's not only heavy, but it's got a white strap to it. It's got the actual strap too, so it's not like Velcro or anything.
Don't dirty that up IC title style.
Yeah, I think I have to wipe it down and shit,
wipe it down
or something.
Yeah, I think so. And spoilers. James won the whole thing.
yeah. I actually ended up winning. I came down to the finals against Mastodon, and I almost fucking blew it.
Dude. Okay, so. So I was also there.
He was there.
I was there for the final because there was some. So the day of the final, there was a fucking insane storm going on in Philly, and Orange Cassidy lives in Philly, so his power was entirely out. So we all a group effort to finagle working getting Orange Cassidy to be able to record the shit with his power out, and so I was there helping record audio, so I was listening to the whole tournament, and that was the finals part, but yeah, the Mastodon part. Wait, why was I there for Mastodon's part?
You were there.
Because you beat me, and then that happened right after.
Then you just did the match right away.
I just stayed. I said, "Hey, can I stay?" And they said, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, sure. Good for morale."
Yeah.
But yeah, then I was also there for the fucking real final too.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Which I don't think me or Mastodon had lost a match up until the finals.
No, yeah, you both went 2 up until then, and then you both got 1 up on each other, which is the perfect final.
Yeah, really, truly. Mastodon ended up beating me game 1. I think he beat me by how did he beat me? Morale?
I was gonna say, what did he do? You think?
It was mad close. It was fourth week type shit.
Yeah. Oh god.
The second game was close too, where I ended up getting the up on him.
What did you do? Did you do anything different in the second one, or you just did?
Yes. Okay. So I think I changed my strategy up a little bit. I started working on money more than I did morale because I assumed that he was booking. because that's all you can do when you face people is you can't actually see what they're doing. So you can only assume by the final, like when the week's over on the review.
Which I think is something they're working on putting in too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, I was thinking about that too. It's like, I kind of like this too because I can look at the review and assume and kind of like figure out what they're doing without actually knowing what they're doing. That's true.
I also would like to know though sometimes. Like I just think it'd be cool just to see what they're fucking doing over there. For anyone that hasn't played the game, by the way, the online thing works as it's pretty much it's fans, morale, and money. So you have to win 2 out of the 3 to win the week. And then obviously,
well, it's like I was thinking about it too.
You have to be 2 out of 3.
I mean, like if I see that you signed, like Cody, Kenny, and like Miro or something, or Inner Circle or whatever, then I know that you're going money strat, and then like you just spent like $150,000, and now I can just counterplay it immediately. I don't know. It's like when I see
know
it,
what you're saying.
So, but like
That's
if I don't see it, then I can only assume. Which you can start mind gaming each other. So if I know that you're going money, then fuck that. I'm gonna spend all my money and I'm gonna get my morale through the roof, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go through popularity. True. So I think maybe at the end of the game, and I actually I would. It'd be interesting to see them try it. I would love to like try the game.
Yeah, a version
with
of that.
it. Where see if it works. If it doesn't, they can always change it back. But maybe at the
on
end too. You know,
I was saying maybe on the casual play they could have that, and then ranked they could not show it. You know what I mean?
That'd probably be the move.
Oh yeah, maybe that's the move. Yeah.
So
ranked is gonna be interesting. I actually am looking forward to playing ranked.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
Me too. It sounds pretty cool. I actually really love the online play on it. I don't really mess with endless or anything else.
I don't either.
I literally just love the online play. I think it's really fun.
I'm gonna do it eventually, but the game doesn't work on emulator yet. So like I haven't recorded any shit for it other than the tournament because I was like fucking I don't want to record on my phone with a delay. It's just bullshit. I want to do emulator.
Yeah, so that's what I ended up doing was like I noticed that like his money wasn't usually very high. So I'm guessing he was signing a lot of people, heavy people like. And it
like
really
Cody, who's like 35 grand.
Yeah, but he's such a good. Like if you're going money,
he's the best character, right? Like
Cody and Kenny are so good.
And Dax Harwood,
FTR is fucking
FTR
insane.
is so good in that game.
They're so good.
The money,
like partnering FTR with like Cody and Kenny is like the move because their speed is so high for like it's crazy, like 90 something. Or like it's like that's crazy. Yeah. So your popularity goes up, and then if Cody wins, he gets 60% or 100% more money if he wins the match.
Dude, Cody is insane for money in that.
Kenny's
game.
like that too. If he wins like a singles match, he gets like 100%
he's champion
more
too.
money.
I think champions get a boost too, right?
Yeah. So like those guys are like super solid picks if you're going money route. Because people were asking me like, do you only do the multi-man stuff? I'm like, well, that's the strategy I went with. If I was going like for a different strategy, then you can book like Kenny in singles and get a ton of money.
I was gonna say there's definitely a counterplay to the multi-man thing. It's just
you can book singles and beat me. Yeah, if I'm running multi-mans, if you if your
roster RNG is insane,
yeah. Like some of the picks are kind of useless, like Christian Cage and Moxley and stuff are not great picks.
You would think they would be better, but
popularity and overall, but they don't have any perks. There's no upside to them later on down the game. And since you only have 4 weeks, it doesn't make much sense unless you were trying to like spike somebody. I remember Santana for some reason would always get upset wins. So like I'd get Santana and then by like week 3
immediately 110.
By week 3 he's my biggest guy on the roster. So that's where stuff like that kind of helps him. But super close finals. I couldn't believe I fucking won. I honestly never.
Dude, I was gonna say just before the match, you're like, "Fuck, man, I'm nervous because I always fucking get to the finals and lose."
I'm like really bad with that. Just I get in my own head, I think, and I just fuck shit up. But ended up getting the win there, and then they're like, "Hey, you get to come out." They were like, "Well," Aubrey came in and she was like, "Yeah, so you get to like be ringside for this." I'm like.
Well, I
didn't know that.
We didn't know at all.
I was like, holy shit.
Surprise there.
She's like, you win this belt, and she showed the belt, and then she was like, you get to be ringside for a match that you get to book, and like in my head, I'm like, I get to book whatever I want on this fucking show.
That was a big discussion.
All right, so we'll get into the that part here. So the finals were dope.
The finals were cool. Orange is awesome, by the way.
Playing Orange was The Orange was like the real finals. The semifinals was me versus Mastodon.
Mastodon's a great dude, by the way. He's awesome. It was fun.
Yeah. He's the nicest dude ever.
Yeah.
Orange also incredible dude.
I don't know. I didn't get to watch the thing. Did they include the Sammy Guevara part?
I don't know. I hope so.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because we were talking with Orange and I like we both drafted Sammy Guevara and Orange goes Orange just randomly. I didn't even like provoke it or anything.
Yeah.
Orange just goes Sammy Guevara.
Totally like just one of the boys too. Like even during the downtime, he's out of his fucking mind, by the way. We were just hanging out, just bullshitting, and he's like, "Oh, what's these packs I can buy?" I'm like, "Oh no."
Oh yeah.
Orange sunk $40 into the game just to try to unlock clothes for his Hikaru Shida.
Yeah. He saw my Hikaru Shida with the chain, and he goes, "I want that."
Yeah.
So then he started buying packs till he got the chain and he got his shoes and bracelets. And
There's
awesome. Footage of him doing an unboxing in the game. I was like, "You got to record this." He said, "Okay." So it's somewhere. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll have to ask him to do something with it or send it to us or something.
Cool.
Yeah. It was
definitely
cool.
just one of the boys though. He's fucking awesome.
So the trip.
Yeah.
Right.
You flew. Go fly.
Yeah. Ended up flying to Dallas or Fort Worth or wherever it was at, someplace in Texas.
Big old stupid Texas.
Yeah. I flew out there. It was like I flew in same day as Dynamite. So I came into the hotel and then it was pretty much just go straight over to the venue.
Yeah.
You know? So I haven't even
How long is that flight?
3 hours.
Okay, that's not too
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not awful.
Yeah.
It went pretty quick. I just slept the whole time.
That's awesome.
So ended up getting there and meeting Aubrey for the first time. And she is just the best ever.
Ain't she?
She is the
Dude,
nicest
yeah.
person
So
ever.
fucking nice.
Yeah, I mean, I can't ever say enough good things about her. She was there the whole time with me. She was just great. She was perfect. And I couldn't think of a better person to spearhead the gaming stuff than her.
Yeah.
She is like the person.
She's tapped
to
in,
do it.
man. Yeah, she's tapped in.
Not only huge into games, but also just the most personal person ever. She's super cool about everything. Like if I did have any problems, I'm sure she would have went way out of her way, you know, to make sure that never happened. They were just class. Everyone here, everyone in AEW was super fucking class. The whole thing was awesome. So I ended up going to the venue, and of course, you know, I have to book this match, and like figuring out all this shit was crazy. So
there was layers.
Yeah, there's a lot
layers.
going on here. So when we first heard about this, I assumed that I had to. I pretty much like I knew right away. There's no
John Moxley and Kenny Omega. Here we go.
Like I was reading some of the tweets, but like, oh, he's gonna book like Luther in a world title match in a triple cage. I'm like,
Big Show against Serpentico. Dude, the amount of triple cage and death match suggestions to us was like insane. Like, what the fuck do you think we can do here?
That was never on the fucking table.
No,
like
not
that.
even
Yeah,
close.
never on the fucking table. But I guess maybe people thought it was going to be on Dynamite and not Dark at first, so they didn't really. But I don't know what they announced. But we knew it was going to be on Dark. So we kind of figured out like who we probably possibly could book for this and like what we wanted to do if we ended up winning. And I had a couple of things that I wanted to do, and almost all of them were Luther. So like I was pretty.
I feel like the three of us, any idea we had, all included Luther.
You have to have Luther. You can't book a deadlock match and
without
not include Luther. Yeah.
Serpentico. We had to get both of them in there as much as possible. So the first thing, like once I won the tournament and I had to start thinking about the match, you know.
So I asked myself.
Who can I book here tonight? So I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, I want Luther in it, and I want Colton Gunn in it, and I want Peter Avalon in it, and I want Mike Seidel, and I'm like, I want all these guys in it, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do like a big like fatal 4-way tag or something. I'm gonna have like the Wingmen, the Seidel brothers.
Chaos
Project, and the Gun Club.
The Gun Club, yeah.
That'd be
which
insane.
is like, while that's a lot of people, I don't think that was too crazy of an ask.
No, I don't think that was out of the realm of possibility.
Yes.
I think that the Wingman had like flight issues or something, or like something happened with that.
But you could have got JD Drake and Cesar Bononi.
Yeah, I could have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, I ended up thinking more to myself. I'm like, I want to create like that seems like something that could happen on Dark next week.
Anyway, that's true. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I want to book something that would not happen without me being able to book it. I guess the best way to put it.
It's still Deadlock though.
Right. That still is Deadlock. So my next idea was like, okay, I have never seen Yuka Sakazaki versus Hikaru Shida in a singles match. I don't think they've ever had a singles match. So that was my next go-to here, was like, okay, I'll do that. But then I remembered, I was like, oh, I got to be ringside for this. And I'm like, I don't myself want to be ringside for this, let alone people.
There's a little freaked out here.
Let alone people don't want to see me ringside for that. So I'm like, I'm not going to take heat for this. So I'll figure out a way around this. So then I started.
God, you would have got so.
You started probably overthinking this whole thing. Started getting sweaty.
I started 6,000 IQing this shit. So I said to myself, so I asked myself.
And this is brilliant. This last idea.
I was very dead set on this. I was like, this is going to be.
I was convinced it would work too. I honestly didn't. Yeah.
So Yuka Sakazaki is still here. She's at AEW. She's at the venue too that I'm at. So like I know for a fact she's here. I didn't see Shida, but I don't know. Maybe she was there. Maybe she wasn't. I don't know. I didn't see everybody backstage.
I don't know. Maybe was she on any of the shows that you watched? While you were there?
I don't. Maybe she was on Dark. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't remember seeing her. So, but maybe she wasn't. Anyways, the match that I came up with was 6,000 IQ. So
yes.
Chaos Project versus the Gun Club, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay. First off, we've seen that before, and it was amazing. If you guys haven't seen that, it's on our Patreon.
Tremendous. Yes.
Fantastic match. Okay. Let's change it up a little bit. Chaos Project and Yuka Sakazaki versus the Gun Club and Hikaru Shida.
Money.
Is a fantastic fucking match. I wanted Yuka to come out and do the entrance and everything and go bleh at the top of the ramp.
My God.
I wanted Yuka to come out and do the bleh at the top of the ramp and then go in the ring with them and then do the magical girl spin while they're doing the lights and the thing out there.
Luther could have been going all the way out.
Dude, oh my gosh, Luther would have been fantastic.
And he would have did it too. You know he would have.
And I wanted Colton Gunn to come out and do the bing 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 bing. I wanted Shida to do it too. I wanted Shida to come out bing 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 bing. With the fucking gun thing.
Billy Gunn carrying the sword.
Billy Gunn's looking at both of them. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? He does it every time Colton does it. Colton goes like, bang, bang, bang. Billy's like, what the fuck is that, man? So,
that's not a match. Like, if they book that next week on Dark, it still isn't out of the realm of possibility that could happen.
No, that definitely could happen. Yeah.
It's definitely one for Dark Elevation.
Very Deadlock.
So Super Deadlock. Not only that, it could lead to a Shida and Yuka singles match at some point. So I'm
Which is what you wanted.
I have 6,000 IQ'd this. I figured out a way to do this. Me be ringside. It's still Deadlock. And I eventually down the line, you can get Yuka and Shida in a singles match without me ringside. This is great.
Well, we're going to let you try that one more time.
That was not okay.
A little too much.
Yeah, sadly, not in the books for that. So they tell me that they have this angle for Lee Johnson and they want to get this over. And I'm like, okay, like I fuck with Lee Johnson. We could figure something out with this. Yeah. So they're like, Lee Johnson needs to have a match with somebody on Dark Elevation that like is on Dark Elevation.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, fucking Luther. There's no way it's not going to be Luther.
Whatever you turn this whatever way you want. We're getting Luther on this show.
They're like,
James is doing it.
They're like, okay, so you want Lee Johnson versus Luther. I'm like, and I also want Serpentico there. I need Serpentico to be with Luther. They have to both be out there for this. So they're like, okay, that'll work. All right, so we'll do Lee Johnson versus Luther with Serpentico on Dark Elevation. Because they're running an angle for AEW Homecoming, which is August. I'll let you guys watch Dark Elevation and see the angle. I won't spoil it for you guys or anything, but you can check that out. That's the match that ended up getting booked, Lee Johnson versus Luther on Dark Elevation. And I'm actually like, I think they give me a little lower third. So like, look at Dark Elevation.
No way. This is like Pulse?
So, dude, I don't know. I was like,
dizzy.
It's the James Maker.
That'd be so sick.
So like, because I like before I went out there for the gimmick, like I like Zach, Gorilla and like Cody was there, and I'm fucking shaking hands with Cody. And he's like, "Oh man, you're gonna kill us. It's gonna be so cool." Like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Cody's hyping you up. That's awesome.
Cody's like hyping me up to go out there. I'm like, oh, this is so fucking cool.
I'm pontificating.
You just go so benevolent.
You just sneak into the Cody entrance and come out. Oh.
Yeah, I should have took the wrong ramp, dude.
You took the Cody ramp. Hey, how's it going?
That's what Nick Gage did. Did it show that on TV?
Yes.
Okay. Nick Gage went to the Cody ramp and he said, "Oh shit." That was funny as hell. He was hyped up. So so that's the match that we end up getting. So of course I get to the venue, I get to talk to everybody. Like, you know, Aubrey's introducing me to everybody. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. She shows me around backstage and everything. You know, being backstage and seeing all these guys, I feel like, you know, like this is surreal.
That must
like,
be crazy.
Just
that's
insane.
awesome.
And everyone that I talked to was like incredible. They like went out of their way to make sure I was.
You meet
cool.
the boys? Like, Chaos Project?
Yes, I did. So the first people I talked to were of course Aubrey. I talked to Dasha backstage. She was the nicest person ever too. She even stuck around and like talked to me about shit. I thought that was cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she was great. I went backstage and of course Aubrey introduced me to first Lee Johnson. Lee Johnson was sitting back there with Aaron Solo.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I shook.
Said, "Who's this piece of shit?"
Hey, how you doing? So Lee Johnson goes, "Wow, you won the tournament." He's like, and I was like, "Yeah, I ended up winning the tournament." And he was like, "Dude, I used to watch you when I was young." I said, "What the?" I was like, "What?"
That's like something you would say to a wrestler.
You should have seen that to Lee Johnson. What the fuck?
I couldn't fucking believe what I heard. I was like, holy shit.
You should have went back.
You get the fuck off my show. You're not booked anymore.
And then I was like, how young, like how old is Lee Johnson? He's 23 years old.
That's really fucked up.
He was watching me when he was like 14.
That's fucked up. Yeah.
That's so wild, dude.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's really cool. That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, dude. And I turned to the left and fucking David Arquette is right there.
David Arquette.
David Arquette.
It is him, that
bastard. I couldn't believe it, man.
What the
He's
hell?
alive this whole time.
Believe it. I was like, dude, I just watched Spree. You were in that movie.
No, he's just, my God.
What the?
I could not believe it. Serpentico, matchless, right here in front of me.
That's
and
so
it's just David
crazy.
Arquette.
It's just David Arquette. Oh,
so we now
man.
know for sure.
And he was in Scream, Spree, Ready to Rumble.
I mean, like,
what
a lot
else
of
can
good
you
stuff.
ask for?
Dude, he was in Eight-Legged Freaks.
Eight-Legged Freaks.
Yeah. But
That's awesome.
You know what he hasn't done, James? And maybe that's something we should set up for Chicago, is he hasn't done a lie detector.
Oh, man.
Oh my.
That's true. Holy shit.
So that might be something we're going to have to talk about. Because it's been too long still, and he still has not admitted it.
Yeah. That's actually, wow, that's a lot. What to write that down? Write that down.
All right, I got you.
Okay. So those are the first two guys I meet. And like Serpentico has no clue. Nobody has any clue who won this tournament. They haven't announced it yet or done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. They didn't want to leak the dirt sheets.
That's true. Keep it under wraps.
Yeah.
So like Serpentico comes up and he's like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Hey man." And he's like, "James." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like
David.
Yeah. What the hell?
David,
like you were awesome. It's free.
Big hug.
Yeah, it was really cool. And like he is the nicest. Lee Johnson has got to be the most humble, nicest guy I've ever met.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
In the world.
I'm glad you booked him.
Serpentico was just awesome. Like this dude is just, they're just so nice. And then of course I meet Luther.
The big man.
Yeah, so I meet Luther and wow, we just like fucking.
What was your first
forever.
words to Luther?
I just hey, how's it going?
Did he spot you first, or did you spot him?
Yeah, Aubrey just took me up to him. He's like, "Hey, here's Luther." I said,
"Was he
Luther?
already
Are you sure
pointing
about
at it?" Who's this guy?
She did the same. Okay, so back it up a little bit. She did the same thing to Jake Roberts, which was hilarious. Jake Roberts.
This is Jake Roberts.
Jake Roberts is 7'4", and she goes. He's walking backstage going,
He's back there going, stagger.
You playing games, son?
She's like, oh, it's a hey, yeah, this is James. James, this is Jake the Snake Roberts. I go, that's the first thing that comes out of my mouth. I go, is that really? And Jake's like, "You're in town for a couple days." I said, no. No, sir. I just said for this day. And he's like, "Oh, I got a gig coming up tonight." Like, oh, okay.
He's trying to sell you on his gig.
Hey, workers got to work, man.
You want to see a snake pit?
You want to play 21?
Shows his ass.
That's so crazy seeing him backstage.
You want to play 21?
I'll play 22.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was really
That's
sweet.
so cool. That's probably pretty sweet meeting Jake Roberts. He's a pretty cool guy.
So yeah, I met Luther and like we hit it off. We just talked forever. You know,
that's
like,
awesome, man.
Dude, okay, so I actually got some fucking crazy information here. So
okay,
so I was just talking to Luther about shit. And I'm like, I don't even know how this came up. Did you know that Luther invented the lion salt?
That
what?
I know.
He did it himself.
Hold on a second, because I thought Tommy Dreamer invented it.
No, so turns out Luther invented the lion salt.
He tells me the story.
He tells me the story about it.
I need the story.
So he goes, you know, I was working in Mexico, or I was working in Japan, and I came up with this move, and when I was younger, I used to do the flips and stuff like that. So I came up with this move. And he's like, I just could never. I could never get it right. I could never like make it look how I wanted it to look.
I kept breaking my neck.
So Jericho's, I think Jericho was working in Mexico at the time, and Luther like gets up with him. He's like, hey man, I got this move that I came up with, but I just can't make it look right. And he's like, you could probably make it look right, so you should try this. And Jericho does it, and it becomes the lion salt.
That's insane.
I know.
What the fuck?
I think he said you can actually. I think Jericho put that story in his new book in one of the matches.
Really? Okay. Wow.
Which is
like the first time he ever did it. That's crazy.
What the fuck?
Yeah. That I was like blown away. I said, you just like blew my mind, bro. Like that's insane. So that's the Luther salt.
Yeah, that's what it is from now on, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. That's awesome, man.
That would have been such a sweet name too.
Yeah, it would have been
Luther Salt. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Luther was fantastic. Being backstage with everybody was super, super dope.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, getting to interact with everybody. The seats for Dynamite were incredible. I was like right beside.
Yeah, we saw you, fucker.
Yeah, we definitely saw you.
How did y'all see? How did y'all see?
Yeah, watch the TV show, bro. We'll talk about it a little later. We'll get there.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, I don't know how you saw me. Yeah. Right. It turns out if you're like 6'2" and you stand up on the hard cam side, you just see your head no matter what.
Yeah. How about you sit in your chair, asshole?
Yeah,
sit the fuck down.
I'm not.
No one can see behind your big ass.
I'm not sitting down when that shit was fire the whole night. That show was from start to finish was so fucking good. I have never heard a crowd as loud as when Jericho versus Shawn Spears happened. I'm not kidding. That place was so fucking loud. Yeah, he locked in the lion or the
Luther Tamer.
Yeah, the Luther Tamer. He locked that in. And that building sounded like it was going to explode into a million pieces.
So sick.
Yeah, well, it was so good. Yeah, I think Aubrey was like, I got like, I don't get goosebumps a lot in the ring. Yeah. But she's like, I got goosebumps just like hearing that crowd for that match. I'm like, yeah,
that's
dude.
So crazy.
In the crowd, it was insane.
That's awesome.
And then, of course, we'll talk about the rest of the stuff later on.
Sure, we'll get there. Yeah.
But yeah, then, of course, so the way that they film stuff for AEW, they do AEW Dark, Dynamite, AEW Dark Elevation.
It's a lot of shit.
If you buy one ticket to AEW, you get like 6 hours of AEW. And you can leave if you want, but a lot of people stick around. Turns out if people like the product, they want to stick around and watch it.
That's weird.
It's very fucking weird. But so Dark happened, Dynamite, and then Dark Elevation. Dark Elevation is where I get to do the spot for the match and everything.
Ooh. Is that's this week, right? Is that like tomorrow? Tuesday?
Yeah, Monday. Wednesday? It'll come out tonight.
Oh, Monday. That's right. It is a Monday show. That is a Monday show.
Okay, so let me say a few things here. So I talked to Tony Khan, which was fucking nuts.
What?
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to talk to Tony
Yo,
Khan.
TK.
Yeah, I was like, I call him T-Money. That's,
True.
So T-Money and me were talking about the match. You're like, yeah, all right, let me put pencil to paper here. Let's get the books ready. It's like, yeah, let's do the Luther thing, man. He said, yeah, that sounds pretty good. He actually said, I can't believe you booked Luther. I actually had him booked later on in the evening. It's like, I got to switch around the card. I'm like,
oh, wow, you fucked up the show.
I had to switch it up, which was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And then, he was like, oh, this is like, this is like pretty sweet. Like they told me about this and I was like, yeah, let's do something like that. And then he was super into the idea too. And he's like,
from all accounts, he's like super supportive of how they've been promoting the game.
Yeah. And then they were like, okay, so let's cut like a pre-tape promo before the stuff. So like it'll show on Dark Elevation when it's on YouTube.
Whoa, that's cool.
And I was like, wow, okay, cool. They're like, all right, so we need you to cut a pre-tape about this, this, and this. And it's like, so have you thought about anything that you want to say? I'm like, no, I don't have it. I don't know. No. I was like, just put the mic on and we're going to talk it
out. You put it on, I'll say it.
So literally, they're like, okay, instead let's get Alex Marvez in here.
Oh, and I was like, God.
It's like, holy fuck.
Security.
We need some Alex Marvez over here.
I actually got Alex Marvez. I was like, this is insane. Okay, awesome. So Alex Marvez is going to interview me for
I'm looking for James. Oh, here he is.
No, hey, James, how you doing? So so I guess we talked about it a little bit on the show before, Sanjay got hired by AEW. Sanjay Dutt. So, Sanjay's helping me out or whatever. And he's like, all right, you got any, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you got anything you want to say? Like, you got anything in your head that you want to say? I'm like, no, I don't know. I don't have no fucking
I'm empty
brain. Put
me
on. We'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. So we were in a room and we ended up switching it out. And then we went out to like concessions, like near concessions to videotape this.
Out here.
Dude, there are so many people are out here. And like, I was like, wow, I'm going to cut a promo in front of all these people. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I literally just cut a promo. I don't even remember what I said. I think I was just like hyping Luther up. I was just like, yeah, man. Like I just started like hyperboleing like everything that I could think of. I was like, this shit's unreal. I didn't say shit. I tried to be. I tried to be.
This is fucking awesome.
I was trying not to curse. I was like, I don't know how far I could take. I didn't even.
Lee Johnson, fuck you.
So I was like. This is unreal, and I got an unreal opponent for Lee Johnson. I've seen this guy bleed all over Japan. I've seen him up and down the east coast of Japan, Kawasaki Stadium. I was just like going all into the bullshit that Luther's been doing. And I was like, yeah, and I led it up to like Luther. I dropped it. And Alex Marvez is like, oh my God.
Please tell me it's what he said.
No, I don't remember what he said.
Oh my God.
I don't remember what he said.
That would have been so sick. Oh my God. It would also be great if there was fans like watching it and just fuck you, Paul.
That's what you fucking came up with, you piece of shit. They started throwing pizza cutters at you.
Hey. Yeah, who's that right there?
Throwing full beer bottles at you and pizza cutters.
You just get jumped, beat your ass on camera.
I actually a lot of people wanted to stop and talk after. It's like, oh, what was that? I was like, oh, you part of AEW? I'm like, yeah.
No, dude.
You said you already know.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Getting to do that was dope. So I guess they'll show the pre-tape before. It was just one take. It was literally just one take.
That's
it
awesome.
was just like we started, we get it, we did it fucking live, and then we sent it.
I hope they edit it and make you look like an asshole.
I'm sure somehow I end up getting tweets that say "fuck you," hey, fuck you,
guy Heath Slater, AEW, another reject.
Bitch. All right, yeah,
die. Whoa, what the hell?
So that was the beginning part. Then I just sat down for Dynamite, and then Dark Elevation came.
What if you got death threats for booking a match on Dark Elevation?
I already saw people were like pissed off at me. I was like, dude, shut up, man.
There were people that were mad. They were like tweeting people like, hey, they're letting fans book their show now.
Mark.
Like, yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Second off, fuck you.
Yeah, you want to do it, you pussy. If you had a chance to book a fucking match, you want to do it, you dumbass.
No, I would only book it if I could have got Kenny versus Hangman in a guy match.
Why'd you book? Yeah, really.
So, yeah, we get to Dark Elevation. It changes up what we're doing. Like, we were going to do one thing first, and then we're going to do another, and then we're going to do another. And like, it kept changing what we were going to do. Like, I was going to be.
That's just wrestling,
man.
Isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. That's what they're like. You're cool with all this? I said, you tell me whatever, and I will do whatever.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't work for me, brother.
Oh my God.
Oh, I should have done that.
That would have been just big league Sanjay Dutt.
That doesn't work for me, Swag D.
Oh my God, why'd you go Swag D? Fuck.
I was gonna mention All Wheels, but it was good. It was
while you're working, I was gonna say
there's a lot going on.
If you had a minute, oh my God,
you start memeing him during this AEW
show. We're doing the gimmick for Dark Elevation. That we end up doing. Okay, so I end up talking to Luther and Serpentico and Lee, and we're like gonna do this one spot. I'll let you guys watch it so you can see it for yourself. I'll just kind of go over it a little bit. So we go to Gorilla or whatever. I got a guy that's going to get me in position of where I need to be. And I'm like, wow, this is really cool. Cause like I'm training to be a wrestler and like getting to do this was really, really cool. It like was really eye opening for a lot of shit. So I thought that was awesome. But anyways, I go out there, I fucking talk to Cody Rhodes which was just crazy. Cody's like, "You're gonna kill it out there, man. It's gonna be great." I'm like,
That's awesome, dude.
This is just insane. I'm just like, "Yeah, man, I'm fucking excited. Like, let's go, man. Let's get it."
Fuck it.
So I go out there, I do the gimmick.
I love Death of Superman.
Dude, yeah. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time was awesome. Good, keep it
say
up.
holy moly, it's the big holy.
So when we go out there, we do the thing. Apparently, like Aubrey like sent me a picture of what the screen looked like, and it was like crazy seeing myself on the screen. I think,
awesome.
like I said, they're going to give me like a lower third for it. I end up doing like a spot in the match. I don't like, get involved in the match or anything.
You do a 450?
James hits his finish.
Dude, I tried. I asked. I was like, I mean, I do train. I could get
Have
there.
Have you seen this lariat? Something. You pull up the video on your phone?
I had to at least try, right?
I invented this move. He shows him doing the pedigree.
The pedigree and the stroke and the
lariat. These are my moveset.
So I had to at least try, which I did. But
obviously
they were like, we had to get shit signed and put away and all that shit. I'm like,
damn,
okay, whatever.
I gotta watch. You're involved in the match. I gotta see it now.
Yeah, I mean, just a little bit. I'm like, there's a couple spots in there that we do.
Don't spoil it for me.
I'm not going to. It'll be so there might be a pre-tape and then like a couple spots or whatever.
That's cool.
What if they cut both? That'd be sick.
Yeah. Oh well.
Just lower third. What the fuck?
Who's this guy?
They asked me how to pronounce my name, so I guess like Tony Schiavone and like Paul White are gonna talk.
No way.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone says Compulse?
No, he's going to say James. Jizzy Dizzy. He's going to say
Jizzy Dizzy? All right, that's awesome.
He's going to say the James Maker.
Kurt's World?
Yeah, James Maker 96 is what he's going to say.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that went by without a hitch. That was awesome. Went backstage, cool, had a few beers.
I thought it was real weird. You went to Texas all by yourself for nothing. That was weird.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about it a little bit more when we get to it. With the by yourself thing, but it was a fantastic trip.
Yeah,
everyone was. AEW has got to be just seeing and especially because like I said, I'm training and everyone's awesome. I can't say enough good things about Aubrey, Chris Lights Games, Shane, everyone that got us out there and did the thing and edited and put everything together for this tournament and everything. Crazy. Never expected to do anything like this. Of course, just being with our buddies and fucking having a good time. And getting to do this is crazy.
That was the most fun part of it. It's just that they trusted all of us. All right, hey, you guys know each other. Fuck it, go on.
And they wanted us to play a game and do the matches together. And we all got.
I said, dude, that's the first tournament they've ever done with a game, and that just sets up the future, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, everyone there, everyone involved in the match, Lee Johnson, Luther. Dustin Rhodes was out there, which is great.
That's
he got right up off the table and was like, all right, let's go do this.
Whoa.
Yeah, just Dustin and Lee Johnson and Serpentico. Everyone was
that's so cool.
So great. Just meeting and talking to everybody was awesome and just a great time. So I appreciate that AEW set all this up and it was really fun.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Tommy. And most importantly,
thank you, Luther. We actually might have a new innovator of wrestling.
Oh my God.
And I think it might be Luther.
Dude, Luther versus Tommy Dreamer might make my head explode. That's got to be a DPW match.
We got to figure it out. We got to go. We got to write that down.
Yeah, I got you. All right, here we go. Show starts with Chris Jericho making his big entrance, as he does, with our favorite fucking song and JR's favorite song, Judas, by Chris Jericho. Yeah. So Judas is playing, and our favorite part of the show, this shit. I mean, God, dude, I don't know how many more times I can do this. Honestly, I'll be honest, on this show specifically, I said, if I see somebody I just don't like on this singing Judas, I'm gonna put a hex on them for the rest of their life. So there might be somebody on that got a hex. I don't know who, So Judas is playing, it goes through, and then just some big 6'2" asshole that won't stop standing up the whole show. It's caught. I don't know, did they film in 4K? Well, they filming.
They film in 8K.
8K.
Yeah,
this
8K.
Fucking asshole, gold chain and a Chie shirt. Just singing Judas. What do you think about that, James?
What an asshole.
Dude,